So I was floating. I was floating. I don't know if you saw. I was a few inches up, floating off of my chair here. Sharky, what did you think? Sharky loved it. I loved it. It started off on a minor key. Very lovely chords. Actually, kind of like James Bond chords in a way. You know, James Bond kind of used that same key, I think. The sort of mysterious down, 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 went back and forth. And then it went off into different directions. One thing I noticed right away was the rich synthesizer sounds. And it made me realize that a lot of the modern prog metal that I've been listening to is not really that heavy on keyboards. I think Opeth maybe might be more. A lot of the stuff I've been listening to is very much more based on, distortion guitar. That's sort of the bedrock or the basis of the music. This band is definitely leaning more into the keyboard sounds. And I guess that might be, you might say that's kind of more a traditional, I don't like to say traditional, but classic progressive rock, like 70s kind of, that there's a lot of keyboards. That was very angelic, I'll say at the very end there. I felt like I was floating like an angel. I just felt like I had wings or floating, no gravity. So yeah, this song is not, it's very clean. It's not a lot of hard metal sounds at all to it. I would sort of say maybe this is sort of the same kind of category or area of musical exploration that Marillion is also exploring. Very melodic, very a lot of beautiful stuff. There's even some piano. Again, that's another missing feature in a lot of prog rock nowadays. I don't hear much piano, and that's neither here nor there. It's just what it is. So obviously, I think the production was very tasteful, very nicely done. My camera is flashing. Why is it doing that? I think it's okay. I'm going to keep an eye on it, make sure it's good. Something that happened in the 1980s is suddenly tom drums were like falling out of vogue. You weren't hearing tom drums anymore. Producers were telling drummers, here, you play your hi-hat, you play your snare, and maybe a little bit of the bass tom. And that was it. Same with guitar solos. Solos started to disappear. Any guitar solos. This song had a little bit of a keyboard solo that instantly makes you think of Genesis or ELP, Emerson, Lake and Palmer or something. So little hearkenings back to classic kind of prog rock. I really liked it when there was the bass playing chords. It reminded me of Geddy Lee because he has some music, some of the music with Rush where he's striking 3-note chords, As far as the lyrics, nothing really stuck out to me. In fact, not a single word. Maybe it's because I was so enraptured by the music, but I didn't notice the lyrics whatsoever. That doesn't mean I'm criticizing them or anything. I just think it's interesting sometimes to listen to a song for the first time and just see if any of the words naturally pop out. The voice of the singer was excellent. Very nice singing and produced well too. He had a lot of reverb in his voice, which you don't hear a lot nowadays, but the reverb was enough sort of in the back that it didn't interfere. I like the bass playing, again, also the finger style. The bass playing finger style, the way he was playing, was very much like a lot of fusion jazz. A lot of fusion jazz, the bass players are very busy and playing with their fingers. Do, 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 do. A lot of creative phrasing. There was a segment in there with the keyboards that reminded me of Tangerine Dream, which was one of the earliest, I would say, progressive influences for me when I was 8. So a very expansive song, mind-expanding, not as much. It's not psychedelic, I wouldn't say. It was a very expansive sounding as far as the lushness of production. I want to know what you thought of the song, if it's new to you, if you're just experiencing new progressive music along with me. And make sure you subscribe, of course. Become a member of the Wolf Pack. We're sharks, we're wolves, and we're aliens. All aliens are also encouraged. If you're flying one of your amazing technological wonders, which the United States military has been studying, they finally admitted, please subscribe. I bet you aliens love subscribing to YouTube. I bet you they probably have something in their chip in their brains. It's installed at birth, so they can just figure out our internet connection and just close their eyes and watch YouTube videos while they're traveling between the stars. Who knows? spiraling out. I'll talk to you all later. Take care.